Well, school districts in Madison County are no longer waiting until after the first 9 weeks to get kids back in the classroom. They're now allowing students to return to class in person much sooner than expected. Our Kanisha Dees asked people in the area about the decision today and tells us more.
After Labor Day weekend, Huntsville City Schools, Madison City Schools, and Madison County Schools will allow students to have in-class learning. I spoke to some folks, and here's what they had to say.
They've had a very active summer, but at the same time, I understand, some parents' concerns with needing to go back to school at this time.
ZACHARY WEEMS has nephews at Madison County Schools. He says it's a tough call.
I'm sure there's a lot of parents who are just concerned about, their family members being in, areas, and we're not really too familiar with what's happening inside necessarily.
The decision for students to return in person was based on the steady decrease in COVID case numbers in Alabama, the public's improvement, and from health leaders and city officials. All school districts will do the re-entry in phases. Huntsville City Schools and Madison County Schools will still allow students the option to do remote learning through the end of the first 9 weeks. Madison City Schools will allow students who opted for virtual learning to continue also. Meanwhile, this couple from Memphis has a 3-year-old granddaughter who lives in Huntsville. Although she's not old enough for school, the couple says,
But it's something we have to consider, definitely have to get ready for.
Michael and SHEILA Love believe students should return to class in person to interact with each other.
We do everything that we know from the CDC to protect them, and I think we'll be fine.
Even if they don't go every day,
right,
at least, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, a certain classes, some similar to, the colleges, the universities, what they're doing.
Huntsville City Schools will provide more updates at the board meeting this Thursday. Madison City Schools will also provide more details on re-entry this week. Putting the Valley first, Kanisha Dees, WZDX News.